Getting a good score in mocks and in CAT 2024 involves two things: knowing the concepts and techniques and being able to apply them so that you can answer questions, and solving faster so that you can answer more questions. I've already spoken about the techniques, what lessons, what concepts you need to know. So today we'll be talking about how do we boost our speed. There are four main things which you can do to boost the number of questions that you can solve by a considerable chunk, making sure that you're solving these questions as accurately as possible. The first is going to be being able to read faster. This is going to particularly help you in verbal as well as in DILR because we have the case write-up, but it's also going to help you in quant, so you're not leaving questions which maybe have few more words. The next thing is going to be being able to solve faster. And the next is going to be focus reading, which means that you are taking some time to read, but you're reading well so that that one read itself is enough for you to get the questions right, whether it is an RC, a summary question, a DILR case, or whatever. And the last is going to be avoiding getting stuck in options. A lot of times people get torn between two options and we are spending a lot of time going back and forth. This particularly happens in verbal. So how do we avoid that? So when it comes to reading faster, one of the most important things is to make sure that you're reading from the sources that CAT takes, which include overseas sources, sources from a lot of different genres, and you're reading at the CAT level. Now, while you will have easy, medium, and hard RCs, and there isn't that one difficulty level, it's still a high level of reading. So we want to make sure that we're doing that. This will be very different from, the sort of fiction that we've read in school or reading newspapers. So the best thing which you can do is, if you come off to mockcat.com and click on this daily POV section, you will see that we have articles which are taken from the sources that the CAT examiners take across all of the different genres. On top of it, we also have the author's point of view, which is something I do every day. I've already spoken about it, so I'll link that video for you. But if you are able to read 1 to 2 articles every day, then that's something which is going to go a long way towards boosting your score. So check this out or join our Telegram group that's given in the description, because we are posting articles every day here. And ensure that you're also finding the author's POV. Just reading is not going to be sufficient because we're not going to get direct questions. We are primarily going to get inferential questions. So as you are reading, you can focus and you can find what is the author's view, and that's going to help you to understand the article or the RC much better and get to the questions and solve them faster. An important thing is also making sure that you're focusing on all of these genres. A lot of the times we are very comfortable with science and technology, social science, which is history, geography, civics, because this is what we've studied in school. If you're an engineer, you'll be all the more comfortable with science or tech passages. If you have a commerce background, then economics could be something which you have read a lot of. But socioculture, psychology, ethics, art and literature, these are things which are very common. Abstract areas such as philosophy, ethics do come up. Typically, it could be a tougher RC which you might be choosing to leave. These would be the important areas. So make sure that you get comfortable in these. Look up any unknown concept. So if you are reading about behavioral economics, for example, right? As you read the article, get an understanding of what is behavioral economics, what is rational economics, how is it different. And similarly, as you're reading an article, try to understand more about the concepts. You can also just go on to Google and search for, economics concepts or psychology concepts or whatever area you want to study about. It could just be something like, who are the most important philosophers. You can read a little bit about that, about some philosophy if you are at a pretty high level. So make sure that you're getting more and more comfortable across genres, because a lot of times what happens is we are able to read the easy RC fast, but then our speed falters if it is from a tougher genre or a genre that we are not comfortable with. And this, like I said, is something which, while it primarily is required for verbal, it's also going to help you in DILR and in quant. But specifically speaking about DILR and quant, how are we going to solve questions faster? A major chunk of it is going to be, of course, the mathematical calculations. But even before that, right, make sure that you know the concepts properly. Now, here again, I've already spoken about the best way to prepare for quant, which is something which is devised by Vignesh, who's a 99.99 percentiler in quant. And it's something which works for a lot of our students. So I'll link that video and the concept checklist which we have. You can actually access it just for free in the description and in the first pinned comment. Once you know the concepts, then the next thing is going to be practicing. Now, you could choose to take up a mock or a sectional. You can also practice a lot of questions, definitely in the easy and medium fronts. This can be at MOCAT or wherever. Some of the things which you should definitely do is speed concepts, which will make sure that you know all of the concepts. But let's say if you've had a long day at work or at college and you're tired and you don't feel that you can practice for an hour, what you can definitely do is you can do a bit of speed math and speed quant. Speed math is something which helps you with some of the parts which you should definitely know: tables from 1 to 20, basic arithmetic calculations, and so on. And speed quant is going to have a lot of quant questions which you can practice. So you can just select the area, you can select the time, maybe just for 1 minute a day, but try to do it consistently. And last is going to be knowing the basics. So these would involve things like tables, bars, even things like algebraic expressions, factorials. Again, the video that I spoke about, which is related to quant, I have mentioned all of these and shown you some of it. So that's definitely one thing which you could look to memorize. It's probably the only thing in CAT that you need to memorize. But if you do that, then you'll find that you'll be able to solve questions much faster, even without using the CalC. And trust me, a lot of the times, the CalC that they provide in the CAT exam is going to slow us down because it's going to be online. You can't just type out something. You're having to use the mouse and click, and it's just a slow process. So if you just learn some of these things like the tables and bars, you'll find that it'll go a long way. Now let's speak about focus reading. Focus reading is something which will particularly help you in RCs as well as in the DILR cases if you have a longer case. Looking at it specifically from the point of RCs, what it will do is it might slow you down a little bit when you are reading the RC, but you're reading it once, you're getting the crux of it, you're getting the author's point of view, you have an idea of where do you need to go back if you have a direct question, and it'll actually save you a lot of time when it comes to solving questions because you've understood the passage and you'll be able to solve faster, you'll be able to go back to the relevant area faster, and it'll also boost your accuracy. One thing which I'm fond of saying to my students is, if you're solving 2 RCs and getting 6 out of 8, that's a higher score than if you're solving 3 RCs and getting 6 out of 12 because of the negative marking. So if you go for focused reading, you'll find that your accuracy as well as your solving speed will go up. So what should you do? Focus on the initial paragraphs. This could be maybe the first 1 or 2 paragraphs depending on where the author is sharing the context and the view. You can also focus a little bit on the first sentence of each paragraph and look out for keywords. Important keywords would include contrasting words like but and however, any words like I or my, something like that, something which is where the author is sharing their opinion with us. Even emphasizing words like indeed, precisely, in my view. These words also point us to the author's view. And you can also look out for superlatives, right? Best, worst, most important, as well as any words where you feel that the author's emphasizing something, such as significantly, crucially, the worst, the most problematic, things like these. Now these are just some of the keywords. If you want to know more about this and you really want to understand how to get the author's point of view and how to boost your RC and just your overall verbal score, then our self-prep pack is something which is available at an extremely affordable rate from now till CAT. With this, you get 150 hours of video lessons across all the CAT topics. You get practice questions across easy, medium, and hard difficulty levels. You get 25 mocks, 45 sectionals, the access to the daily quizzes, the speed modules, and so on. So what are you waiting for? If you need high quality content, then sign up right away. Now back to focus reading. The last and one of the most important things is the conclusion. This could be the last 1 or 2 sentences or the last paragraph. Typically, this is where you can validate your understanding of the author's view. And this is something which can correct you if you have misinterpreted the passage. So all of these are important when it comes to RCs. When it comes to DILR, you can't focus on one part of it. Every word matters. So make sure that you're reading the initial explanation of the case, you're reading each and every clue, and making sure that you're taking everything out of the clue. Anything which is given in DILR is going to be really important. So here you need to slow down and you need to understand it. So practice that using our daily quizzes or mocks or sectionals. And last, we come to how do we actually improve our solving speed by avoiding getting stuck in options. A lot of times, especially on the verbal front, we might be torn between 2 options because both of them seem right. And that's how the examiners have defined it. They will try to make the wrong option also appealing. Otherwise, of course, everybody will quickly get it. So first off, make sure that, if it's a hard RC or a hard DILR case or even a hard quant question, right, make sure to leave that. You can always mark it for review and come back. And the video which I'll be linking for you in the description actually speaks about how do you find the easier questions in all of the 3 sections. So definitely utilize that. We don't want to go for the questions which are really hard when 40 to 50% marks are getting us 99 percentile. We want to try out the easy and the medium questions, the faster questions, and so on. The next thing that you could do in verbal as well as in DILR, make sure to go back and check the passage, the case, or the paragraph. This could even be in a summary question. If you're torn between 2 options, you can just go back and reread the paragraph. Sometimes in RCs, you could find that, there's one point which you have missed or there's one area which you need to go back and check. Sometimes again in DILR, there might be one clue related to a person or whatever aspect is being discussed in the question, and you might just need to just go back and check. And that itself would be sufficient to understand where you're going wrong. And the last one which we have is elimination. Now, when it comes to being torn between 2 options on the verbal front, there are a lot of techniques which can help us to eliminate. So if that is a concern that you have where you are stuck between 2 options a lot on the verbal front, whether it is RCs or summary or whatever VA questions are there, check out tomorrow's video because I'm going to talk about all of the elimination techniques which are there. And that is something which hopefully helps you to boost your accuracy, minimize your errors, and improve your solving speed. Till then, practice these techniques and all the best for CAT 2024.